We're on our 9th year, and basically it's very simple. It's a celebration of Liverpool, the city, the people, and to do that we celebrate with about a bowl of Scouse, and that's basically what it's been every single year. No different this year. Obviously, times are very, very different. It's we're not going to be able to do a lot of the things that we usually do, but I think, to be fair, most people do celebrate Global Scouse Day in their home with a bowl of Scouse. So this year is no different.
It goes global, literally, doesn't it? It's called Global Scouse Day, but it is celebrated in Dubai, in New York, Australia. We've seen that get bigger and bigger every single year, haven't we?
And it is, everyone around the world gets involved, and that is the whole point of it, is to bring Scousers from everywhere to celebrate on that one day.
Dave Critchley from Luban, heavily involved.
So what we've done this year is, via Lids and Global Scouse Day, you can order the box of ingredients to make your own Scouse at home, and alongside that will be the cook along with myself and Graham, and I'm going to put Laura on the spot here, and Laura's going to be there, and then we'll chat about Scouse, and we'll just have a little virtual gathering, basically. If you don't fancy cooking your own, there's an option to buy a ready-made package, and that comes from the Little Shoe Bakery on Bold Street, and that's really good as well, really good Scouse. And then the other option, which is probably the most important one, is an option to pay it forwards. Effectively, you buy a bowl of Scouse for someone else, and this year we will be making Scouse and distributing it to the homeless of the city via the amazing Whitechapel Centre and also the Paper Cup Project. So yeah, really important this year round. It's going to be exciting. You're going to be celebrating a day, you're going to be celebrating your culture, your heritage, everything about Liverpool, and you can do it at home, safe with your family, and around a big bowl of Scouse. So yeah, get involved, and please donate to us as well, because that's making a massive difference out in the city.
Why it started in the first place is down to Graham Hughes, who founded Global Scouse Day. If you don't know who Graham is, he's got a Guinness World Record for travelling to every single country in the world without flying. And his joke was, it didn't matter where he went, he would always find a Scouser. And I think we all know that feeling. You could be anywhere in the world and you'll hear the accent.
Yeah.
So he had a friend who has a birthday on Burns Night, and he was like, why don't we have a day to celebrate Liverpool? So, being Graham, kind of thought he would hold it on his birthday. And that's what we've done now for the past 10 years.
Just give us a little novice's guide to making a good bowl of Scouse.
Okay, so, and this is my recipe. I always use beef. That's just how I was taught, really. That's the one that brings back memories to me. So I'll be using some nice chuck steak. I'll quickly brown that off in a pan. And then I'm going to add some onions, carrot, turnip and some potatoes. A bit of beef stock's going to go in there then, like an OXO cube, something like that. A little bit of thyme, maybe a couple of bay leaves. I like to put a couple of cloves of garlic in, although we've already had someone tell me today that was wrong, but I like to get a little bit of flavour in there, a bit of garlic. And then we let that simmer for a good few hours, and basically we're looking for the potatoes to break down into the Scouse, which will thicken up the Scouse. Then there's plenty of seasoning goes in. You can add in, I've seen ale go in there, Worcester sauce going in there, a little bit of HP sauce going in sometimes. It's all down to your taste, but certainly plenty of seasoning, salt, pepper. And then after a good few hours off the stove, and you're going to serve it the next day, because we always find the next day Scouse tastes a million times better. So we're going to be cooking it on Saturday this year, and we're going to be eating it the following day for Global Scouse Day on Sunday. And then you got to make sure you serve it with a nice crusty bread. So we'll be making a really quick and easy soda bread with a really crusty crust on the outside, and we'll have lashings of butter and then some pickled beetroots or cabbage, again, whatever is your favourite.
That was yours. Laura, I tasted yours this year, and I've got to say it was better than my mum's, and I hope she's not watching, but it was. You nailed it. What's your kind of secret ingredient? Because obviously you're famous for baking in the city and the incredible cake business that you've got now. But Scouse, you're very good at it. So we need you to make more. But tell us how you do it and how you will perfect that kind of Scouse.
I'm a decent cook, you know. I'm not a bad cook as well. Well, I use both. So I use both lamb and beef. I think the lamb just gives it that extra little bit of flavour, and I love lamb, so it's not for everyone, but that's probably my secret ingredient, really, is just using both meats. Recipe is pretty much like Dave's. I mean, as an adopted Scouser, I don't have the benefit of having the family recipes kind of, you know, given down to me. So Global Scouse Day itself has really taught me. Dave especially, you know, is a big influence on where my Scouse comes from. But I do use both. I made a pie actually a couple of weeks ago, a Global Scouse Day pie, which was incredible. And I actually used a bit of black pudding in that one just to give it a bit more oomph of flavour. So brown sauce is another one. Brown sauce is another ingredient that I sort of throw in there. So yeah, it changes though, it's different. Sometimes I feel like, you know, I want to kind of mix it up a bit. So, and that's the beauty of Scouse, you can do that. But some people are very, very strict on what they use. Very adamant on how Scouse is meant to be made. And that's fine. It's just, you know, it's so kind of individual, isn't it?
Don't you think that it's a proper Liverpool thing now to get wound up over something as simple as a recipe of Scouse? Like,
100%.
if you were to do a little poll on Twitter about your favourite biscuits in Liverpool or someone said they like to say, you'd be called a Tory, or you'd be like, it's weird, isn't it? Liverpool has got that kind of pride around what they eat.
You'd be called a wool if you put like peas in your Scouse or dumplings or whatever. And I have to agree. I would never do that, and I'm a wool. You know, it's we all need an excuse to just have a nice kind of day to celebrate something that means something to us, and, you know, reconnect again with family that could be, you know, in different parts of the world. So, you know, I think we're just all looking for that at the moment, and this is a very good reason to you know, celebrate on Sunday.
Global Scouse Day this Sunday. Get involved. From home, loads more info on theguideliverpool.com. Global Scouse Day this Sunday. Really admire not just the passion from these two for their local businesses and the food scene in the city, but for Liverpool in general. Laura and Dave, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jay. Cheers.